It's the combination that made Snickers one of the world's best-selling candy bars. Nougat, caramel, peanuts, wrapped in milk chocolate. Introduced by Mars in 1930 and named after the family's own horse, it's grown into a true global obsession today. Every bar follows the same journey, start to finish, in under an hour. 4 layers, engineered with real precision. So let's step inside the factory floor and see exactly how every single bar comes together. Every Snickers bar starts with cocoa beans grown in West Africa and peanuts grown across farms in the American South. Raw peanuts arrive by the truckload, still in their shells, ready to be cleaned, sorted, and prepared for roasting. From here, the ingredients split into 2 journeys, one toward the roasting ovens, the other toward the chocolate factory. The peanuts are fed into a rotating roasting drum, tumbling continuously as hot air brings out their deep, nutty flavor. Roasting takes just a few minutes at high heat, and they too long and they turn bitter, too short and they stay pale. Once roasted, the peanuts are cooled rapidly, then gently rubbed to remove their thin, papery skins, a process called blanching. The cleaned peanuts are sorted by size and held in bulk, ready to be folded into caramel later on. Meanwhile, in the chocolate factory next door, cocoa beans are roasted, then cracked to separate the nib from the shell. The nibs are ground down into a thick, dark chocolate liquor, the base of every milk chocolate coating. That liquor is blended with sugar and milk under precise temperature control, creating the smooth milk chocolate Snickers is coated in. The mixture is refined down to a silky, fine paste, with absolutely no graininess allowed at all. From there, it moves into the conch, a machine that slowly works the chocolate for hours to smooth it out.
Finally, the chocolate is tempered, a careful process that gives it that clean, glossy snap, ready to go to work.
It's time to build the nougat, the soft, airy base. Egg whites are whipped until light and fully aerated. A hot sugar and corn syrup mixture is slowly blended in, followed by melted fat, added last so it doesn't collapse. The finished batter is piped out onto a moving belt in one long, continuous ribbon of soft nougat. Rollers flatten it to an exact, even thickness, the foundation every other layer will sit on top of. Next comes the caramel, cooked from sugar, corn syrup, milk, and butter, to a very specific temperature. Too hot, and it turns hard and brittle. Too cool, and it won't hold its shape at all. Once it hits the perfect consistency, the caramel is pumped toward the layering station down the line. The roasted peanuts rejoin the process here, folded straight into the warm caramel in a steady, even stream. Every peanut gets fully coated, distributed evenly enough that no 2 bites ever feel lopsided or uneven. That caramel peanut mixture is layered directly on top of the cooled nougat base as it moves down the line. The 2 layers bond together into one continuous slab, stretching the entire length of the factory floor. Even at this stage, you can already see the structure that makes every Snickers bar instantly recognizable. Before it can be cut, the layered slab needs to cool and firm up completely on the line. A few minutes of controlled cooling is all it takes to lock the layers firmly into place. Once fully set, the slab moves into the cutting stage, ready to be sliced into individual bars. Rotating blades slice it into individual bar-sized pieces, with clean, consistent edges every single time. Each piece carries the exact same ratio of nougat to caramel to peanuts as the one before it. The bare bars ride single file into the enrobing machine, glossy, tempered chocolate waiting just ahead of them. Each bar first passes through a shallow pool of chocolate, coating its base before the next step. Then it passes beneath a full curtain of chocolate, wrapping it completely in one smooth, glossy layer. A vibrating grate shakes off the excess, keeping the coating thin and even from bar to bar. Every single bar gets the exact same coating. Precise, consistent, identical, no matter where it's made. Right at the end of the enrober, a small metal comb creates that signature squiggle pattern on top. It's such a small detail, but it's instantly recognizable, one of the most iconic textures in candy. From there, the bars move into a long cooling tunnel, where the chocolate begins to fully set. Cold air sets the chocolate shell solid in just a few minutes, locking in that satisfying clean snap. Rush this step, and the chocolate turns dull instead of glossy, so the factory never cuts it short. Before anything gets wrapped, every single bar passes through a metal detector along the line. It's checking for any stray metal fragments that might have come from the machinery along the way. Human inspectors also check bars by hand for shape and coating consistency, even in an automated factory. Any bar that doesn't pass is pulled immediately, so only a perfect bar makes it further down the line. Approved bars move on to high-speed wrapping machines, built to keep pace with millions of bars daily. The iconic brown wrapper folds and seals around each bar in a fraction of a single second. This line moves fast enough to keep pace with the millions of bars produced every single day. Every bar that comes off this line looks and tastes exactly the same as the last. Before moving on, each wrapper gets stamped with a batch code and a best before date. A quick scan confirms the code is legible, so every bar can be traced back to its batch. From there, robotic arms group the wrapped bars together and pack them into shipping cases. Each case is sealed shut in one smooth, continuous motion before moving further down the line. Case after case moves down the line, ready for the next stage of the journey ahead. A robotic palletizer stacks the cases in tight, interlocking layers built for stability during transport. Every layer is built for stability, so nothing shifts once the pallet hits the road. The finished pallet is wrapped tight in plastic film and staged for the warehouse floor. From here, pallets are stored in a warehouse built to hold an enormous volume of product. Automated systems place each pallet exactly where it needs to go, with zero wasted motion. Rows and rows, stacked floor to ceiling, waiting patiently for their turn to finally ship. At the loading dock, forklifts load pallets straight into waiting trucks, bound for stores everywhere. Once loaded and sealed, each truck is ready to head out onto the highway. Bars are now on their way to stores everywhere. A journey that started as raw peanuts and sugar. Snickers has grown into one of the best-selling candy bars on the planet, sold worldwide. Every bar, no matter where it's made, follows this exact same process, down to the smallest detail. And it all happens in under an hour, from raw ingredients to a finished, wrapped bar. From a simple nougat base to that final glossy shell, every layer is built with real precision. Which is exactly why it tastes the same, whether you grab one today or 10 years from now. Thanks for watching this full journey inside the factory, from raw ingredients to the finished bar. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Inside the Factory content. We'll see you next time.